Well, in this business bite, I want to share over two videos to keep it tight because this can be a long subject, and it's called Have a Plan That Works. And in Proverbs chapter 15 verse 22, it has a great verse that says, if you refuse good advice, then watch your plans fail. Take good counsel and watch them succeed. And as we all know, that quote, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. That's because there isn't any focus. I often say if you chase two rabbits, they will both escape. But when you focus on one, that's what you can actually nail. So when I've assisted businesses over the years, and including not-for-profit, I take them through a 4 to 5 hour planning process that asks these questions. And you can ask these questions of yourself. But often if you get an external person to help you with this, will actually get you to a result of an actionable plan. See, it's easy to develop a plan. It can be a very thick plan. It can be a very short plan. But if there's no actions at the end, it usually just sits there as a paperweight or fills a bookshelf. So here's the process that I apply to people. The first question I ask is, where do you want to be in 3 years' time? Well, I've had someone say, I don't want to grow, I'm happy where I am. And I said, well, you're going to be out of business because with cost increases and you lose a client and you have no growth, no strategy, no plan in place to be growing, you have nothing to replace that business. So I get them to really tell me what size. If you're doing 3 million, do you want to be 5? If you're doing 100,000, do you want to be doing 500,000? If you have one store, do you want 5? I don't care what it is. There has to be some growth, otherwise you're going to go backwards on the journey. Then the second question I ask is, what are the barriers to achieving where you want to be? You see, the first question, where do you want to be in 3 years? You ask that if there were never any barriers, no financial issues, no train access or lack of trained people, nothing. Where would you like to be? And then the second one is, what are the barriers? Because when you can nominate the barriers, you can start targeting with actions those specific barriers to make it happen. Then the next question I ask them to do is write down their vision. You might have one. And I ask them to be very specific and very short. You don't have to justify it. It's just a few words on a bit of paper. And we write very long visions. And I've had people who've had pages of a vision that need to come down to a simple vision. When we started Gloria Jean's Coffees, back then visions were still fairly early days, and so probably this wasn't best wordsmith words, but let me share it with you. To be the most loved and respected coffee company in Australia. Then when we bought the International, that changed to the world, to become the most loved and respected coffee company in the world. Hyundai wrote a vision, Hyundai Motor Company, that says, we desire to create an automobile culture of putting customer first by developing human-centred and environment-friendly technological innovation. Well, it's a bit wordy, and I think it's more manufacturer-focused, but they were sort of heading in the right direction. And these days, when I encourage people to think about their vision, I said, don't think about you, your side of it, think about it from the customer's perspective. So if it's a home builder, the vision could be that every customer says, wow, look at my home when it's finished. And if it's a hair, beauty care type business, retail business, it is, a customer responding in a positive way to how they've been looked after and how they look now from having that care taken. So think about it in a whole different way, because vision keeps you focused when things go wrong, when attitudes are bad in the company, when you're being attacked, there's financial issue, health issues, you lift the vision. Because when we had a fire in 2002, we lifted the vision and said, that's where we're going. Most other people thought, that's it, the business is all over. We said, that's the vision and that's where we're going. So it keeps you focused, both on the good things and the bad things, because good things will come along to drag you off course. When we started Gloria Jean's, so many people had great ideas like coffee carts and mobile vans or whatever. We hadn't built the brand. And there's nothing wrong with the ideas. They were just the wrong things at that time that would have taken our energies, finance, and off course. And we probably would never have achieved the level of growth in Australia and then internationally if we'd followed that advice. So then once you've set your vision, you need your mission statement. And again, you can make statements you don't have to justify, because that all comes out in the follow-up material. So here's some some mission statements once you've fleshed out your vision. Gloria Jean's Coffees was, we are committed to serving you, our guests, with consistently highest quality coffee and outstanding personalised service in a vibrant store atmosphere. So the key things in the mission to achieve our vision was a vibrant store atmosphere, personalised service and high quality products, especially coffee, and serving our guests, our actual customers. Bunnings Warehouse, our ambition is to provide our customers with the widest range of home improvement products at the lowest prices every day, backed with best service. So they gives them a few key things to aim on and their training, to actually train their people around to deliver those specific things. And another organisation, Christian Radio Network in Australia, United Christian Broadcasters, or it's called Vision Radio, when we built their vision and mission, here was their mission. UCB is passionately committed to building communities of mature Christians through engaging media and resources. Although we primarily radio, we had resources that they could buy online, and we had a daily devotional. And we saw that radio is not always going to be the thing of the future, so we were building a mission and vision around what that could contain in the future. And then you build your values. These are really important, especially with your current people, with your customers, or if you're a franchise business, with your franchisees, and with your suppliers, and with those people you hire, because you share your vision, mission, and values. And if people engage with that in the interview, you know you're one step further down of getting the right person. If they don't like them, they don't agree with them, they don't believe in them, it's better you don't hire them. So here are a few thoughts of where you could focus your actual values around. BHP, big mining and that sort of type of minerals company, they focus their values around safety and the environment, integrity, high performance, a win-win in relationships, the courage to lead change, and respect for each other. In Gloria Jean's, we build ours around building people and changing lives. We wanted to build staff, franchisees, customers, and actually change in the community. Values are based on integrity and trust. It was involving around the best customer service that we could have. So we involved our values around, a lot of people around similar things, but they word them just a little bit differently. Are any of these going to be perfect in their wording? No, but over time you can add or change them slightly to better reflect what's happening in the community. And I suggest to people, have a look at other companies' websites that you admire and see what words they use, not to copy them, but to just help you stimulate your thinking. Get other people you know that are positive and share your thoughts about your vision, mission and values, and get them to have some input with you. The next stage that I get people to do in their planning process is their SWOT analysis, the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats. And I say, get an A4 page like this, and what you do is you draw it into 4 and you put strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats, because as you're working this down, you'll find that you have different ideas, and you're thinking of strengths, you think of a weakness. So you write that down before you finish the strengths, and you're building the 4 columns simultaneously. Then I suggest that you actually give that sheet to friends that know you really well, that are positive, and ask them to fill in on that sheet other strengths your business or you might have, weaknesses and opportunities and threats, and then get some key business people you know and ask them, because sometimes some opportunities come out that you've never thought of for your business. This works just about every time I've seen it done, that will actually help build your business on the journey. The next thing I get people to look at is their marketing. And I say, what you do is you get out every bit of marketing you've ever done, print off your website, take photos of signage, of vans, if you've got them, leaflets, stationery, put it all out on a table or a floor if they're big banners and everything, and say, what message are we sending out? I had one man ring me towards the end of the week. He said, I went away and did that with our staff. We put everything out and we were floored that we were sending conflicting messages out in different things in what we do. How do we go about bringing us together with a core idea, a core focus? And so I said, look, for either an ad agency or a designer, or depending on your size of business, or someone who's a creative thinker who can bring all the elements together and give you a common focus. And finally, I suggest to people then, once you've done the vision, mission, values, SWOT, is draw up an action list of where you're going to go, even with the marketing. What is the thing needs doing? Marketing. What are the items that need to be addressed? We need to look at our marketing materials. We need to brief someone. We need to get a response and the changes we need to make. Well, who's going to do this? You put someone against it and a date. And therefore, every week when you meet, you don't have to look at every item. You only look at the dates that are due this week and see where people have progressed, what's happening. When you start to deal with each of these items very specifically, one at a time, and by date, you start to see progress, you start to see change in your business. So there we go. There's a simple way to have a plan that works. So if you're just about to start a business, you've started to stagnate in your business, or you want to grow to another level, just some simple principles, and that will help you get the starting process and thinking and getting input from people. And so far, it hasn't cost you anything to do that. And at some stage, you may have to bring someone in, because at some point the financial reality has to be put on paper, and you need someone who can bring that discipline to the whole program to know what it's going to cost, cash flow, and all those things that need to happen. So go and build your business. Thank you.